Esteemed colleagues, very good evening to all of you. Today it is Sunday, so I was not supposed to disturb you at all on this day when you are with your family. But tomorrow we are to start our revision in board classes in class 10 and in class 12. Therefore, I thought that I should speak to all of you. Uh, Whatever steps we are to follow while conducting revision, those steps I should be sharing with all of you. So please spare some time to listen, to absorb, and to note all the points. First and foremost, we are not to forget that revision always determines the level of performance of students in the examination. Therefore, revision is always very crucial. Revision is effective, revision is forceful, revision is thoroughly prepared, revision lays emphasis on the points that the children need to keep in their mind while doing their preparation for their board examination. This kind of revision definitely helps the students. So, in our school, we have already discussed one thing that we are to reteach. So, when we are to reteach, that means we are to explain again. After explaining, we are to ask again. If required, we are to dictate again. And we are to assign homework again. And whatever is the attempt of the children in their homework notebook, that we are to check again. So, this is how we are to teach from tomorrow onwards. In our teaching, students should see our enthusiasm, our keenness, our energy level, our strong determination to enable the students for the board examination extremely well. All this our children should notice in our classroom presence from tomorrow onwards. Lot of interaction is expected. So I'll be looking forward to seeing number of lively interactive sessions. So I'm sure that all teachers will have number of questions with them which they are to raise in the class in order to assess the children, in order to help the children, in order to repeat whatever they have already discussed in the class. So, questions will be very helpful. Preparation should be for the examination at this stage. No time wastage should be there. We need to be crisp, to the point, precise, no need of going in detail while we are explaining any point. Next thing is examination based questions must be discussed. Now, when we are talking about examination based questions, that means the sort of language that is used in the questions that are given in the question paper, Such questions exposure once again is to be given to the children. And the exposure can be best given if questions are written on the board. So children should see the questions which are there on board, and thus the children should understand the questions. After understanding the questions, they should think of the answers, and those answers are to be taken from the students orally. No need of dictating the answers of those questions until and unless the teacher feels that students are absolutely clueless about a specific question. Then, of course, that answer may be dictated. Otherwise, there is no point of dictating that answer. If the teachers feel that in case questions are written on the board and thus the time of the students gets wasted, then the second way is that whatever examination based questions teachers feel should be uh, discussed in the class, those questions may not be dictated, those questions may be spoken orally, but whichever lesson or whichever chapter is being revised, in that chapter, the examination based questions that are discussed in the class on a specific day, all those questions should be mentioned in the WhatsApp group and should be posted on the class group. With this message that, dear students, following questions were discussed in the class today. It is for your benefit that the questions have been given to you here in this WhatsApp message. Please note these questions and maintain a proper record of all such questions which will be sent to you on daily basis. So thus, if questions are given in WhatsApp group, the children will have the record of that. They will read those questions every day, and thus when they see such questions in the examination, in the question paper, the students, they will feel good. They will feel confident. They will not get nervous. So this is a suggestion. If teachers feel that there is no need of giving the questions on WhatsApp and they would like to write the questions on the writing board in the class, if that suits them, I have no problem with that. So either the questions should be there in the classroom writing board, or these questions, which are examination based questions, should be there in their WhatsApp group. So now, as this is the last lap, this is the last round, we are not to leave any stone unturned. This is my request to all my worthy colleagues. Well, there are certain questions for which some special guidelines are to be given to the children. Like today, uh, I have posted pupils analysis, subject wise pupils analysis done by the council's examiners. So, after having studied this subject wise pupils analysis, the teachers will certainly come to know about all those areas where students commit mistakes and thus their marks get deducted. It is important that the guidelines which are given for the students, those guidelines are shared with the children in the revision session. After that, the next thing is wherever a word of caution is to be given to the children, like sometimes children they take liberties and they show casualness also at times when they draw diagrams, and for drawing diagrams instead of using pencils they are using pens, and afterwards they show casualness while they are writing, uh, while they are doing the labeling of the diagrams. So word of caution is required to be given to the children that such mistakes will definitely harm them, and in case they commit such mistakes in the examination they'll be losing their marks. How rough work is to be done, regarding this also clarity should be given to the children. The guidelines which have been given by the council along with the examination timetable, there it is clearly stated that the rough work is to be done on the same page where the child is solving the numerical or where the child is solving a sum. So there, on the same sheet where the sum is to be solved or where numerical is to be done, rough work is also to be done. It is not to be done on a separate sheet. So this clarity should also be given to the children. When we enter the class, students should be given the clarity about the work that is to be revised in that teaching period. While teachers are teaching during the class, they should connect whatever they are speaking with the textbook content. Means whatever I speak, I should tell the children I am explaining this part of the text. So they should be absolutely clear that my teaching is as per the sequence that is given in the textbook. This is also very important. Please make a note of that. We are not to deliver lecture in the class. While we are delivering lecture, we often ignore the textbook. The textbook is not to be ignored. In the textbook, whatever points are given, as per that sequence, as per that sequence, we are to teach in the class. When our teaching period gets over, students should have the complete clarity of the part of the chapter which has been revised in the class. So when we enter, we should announce what part of the textbook is to be discussed or is to be revised in that teaching period. When the teaching period is about to get over, then the teacher should give this clarity to the students that this much part of the text, as I announced earlier, that has been revised. Now it is important that when you go home, you read the text, you absorb this content, and when you absorb this content, you'll be very confident. So, thus, a reading work should also be given to the children. Reading based on the textbook content that has been revised in the class. I hope I have made my point clear. Yes, homework pattern. There is no change in the homework pattern. Uh, like earlier, we were giving them the written homework of three subjects every day. On the same pattern, we are to give the homework of written homework of three subjects every day. Apart from that, the work that is to be done tomorrow, that clarity should be there with the children, and children should note it down in their diary that it is this work which they are to read at home so that the next day when they come to the class, they should be properly groomed for the kind of teaching that is to be conducted in the class. So, reading of the work to be done the next day. Similarly, children should also be assigned the reading work based on the work done in the class today. So, this is the time when students are supposed to work very hard, but we, the teachers, are supposed to give them the direction. So, as per that direction, children are supposed to work. One more thing. You see, it sometimes happens that our entire teaching period gets wasted because we feel disturbed on seeing number of children sitting in the class without books, without proper notebooks, without proper stationery. So I would like to make this suggestion to all of you that a day before, all children should have this clarity that in the class it is this book, it is this notebook, it is this stationery material that is required. So, this clarity all children must have. I'm sure when this kind of clarity is given to the children, next day the defaulters will be far less and the teacher will not feel irritated, will not feel frustrated. So, it's very important that the teacher stays absolutely composed and balanced during the days when revision is to be held. So, these are some of the points. Revision days are very crucial. Revision days are very important. Revision days will definitely determine the level of performance of the students in the examination. So, I will be eagerly waiting for the day when our children finish their examination, their result is declared, and all the children score extremely well, and we all celebrate together. Take care. Thank you so much. God bless you.